Hey, this is Karen Stantton from IFF, and I'm on my way from Amsterdam to New York. I met someone super interesting on the plane. This is Vincent. I'm just going to ask him a couple of questions. Vincent, tell me, you were talking to me a little bit before about how we can use video. Tell me a little bit more about how we can use it to connect with people.
Well, I think you're the champion of storytelling. Storytelling is basically getting through people's emotion, grabbing them. And if there's no easier way than showing somebody with a video camera. Now, the video camera you're using is a smartphone. The smartphone nowadays is really good, and you're using a simple microphone or your earplug. You can interview somebody. If you find somebody who's interesting, ask him 60 seconds some question. Even if he's enthusiastic, imagine that you find an enthusiastic client who's happy about your product. Instead of just letting him go and saying thank you, ask him, hey, how did we do? And he will go blah, 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 blah. You can send it inside the organization, you can send it to other clients, you can send it on the internet, or you can even use it on the internet if you ask somebody's permission.
Do you think we've found, have you found kind of platforms that work best with video?
Well, it depends if you wanted to use it internally or externally. That's a big difference. If it's externally, I would say YouTube or Vimeo are fantastic. And if it's internally, you need a platform basically to keep it a little bit secret, everything behind doors. I love interviewing people, so I do about 1,000 interviews a year.
Wow.
And I made a little product myself, InCrowd. And InCrowd takes the video, which we just create, it uploads it on the server, it makes it into the company's house style, it puts a pre-roll in front, a logo in the upper right corner, and it puts it on the right YouTube channel, and sends it to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. So you can do the whole publishing about it. And for companies, they have a secret room where you turn it on or off if you want it public or not. So there's tools for that. InCrowd, you can use it for free, and there's also a professional version, of course. But that is really interesting. People are emotions, and the story they tell really talks to somebody. So if you, for example, have your people all over the world, and they do trend watching, and they say, really, these are important trends. Well, if they're on the supermarket, if they're talking to customers, make a little video. Try to make it 30 or 60 seconds and send it around. Out of the 100 you get in, there's 20 which are really interesting. And then if people are in a project and the customer says, I have this real problem. Okay, you talked about it for 2 hours and you say, can you describe the problem? I want this, this, and this. And you make a condensed video and send it around in the team. So those are little examples, but the thing is, you have your smartphone with you. You take pictures already all the time. Video is the natural next step. It's very easy to use it nowadays, and the tools are there.
So how do you actually get people connected to your videos or watching your videos? How do you know who is watching your videos?
Okay, that depends a little bit on the situation. Inside companies, I would say email is still #1. You don't believe it, people think that email is dead, but it's the only thing that people process every day. They go through their mailbox. You don't get their attention necessarily, but it's the real thing to do. And so nowadays, if you, for example, use MailChimp, you can build a newsletter list, and you can see exactly who opens what email. You can see exactly what he or she clicks on it, and you can say later, hey, these people are really interested in trends. These are interesting gadgets. These are interesting customer stories. And then you can target, slowly but surely, you can target them. And I would say newsletters needs to be personal. You don't talk about the product, but you talk about all the issues about the product, the problems it solves, the inspirations it gives, the great ideas it gives people. So those are things you can make little subjects about. And oh, by the way, in the business world, in the business to business, of course, LinkedIn is really interesting. Nowadays on LinkedIn, most people are passive. But if you write a post on LinkedIn, and if you do it every day, just some blurb, something you talk to somebody about, some article you've written, some gadget you've seen, some interesting story, make the blurb on LinkedIn. You'll get enormous amount of exposure, and your view on your profile will get 10, 20, 100,000 more times, and you will meet other people which are really interesting. It will like your stuff. So that's LinkedIn, MailChimp, and of course all these. I have a blog myself, a WordPress blog. I put everything which I find interesting, every interview, everything, other people's videos, my own videos, articles, and then I send once a week. I send a newsletter to everybody. It goes to my Twitter, my 13,000 Twitter people, my 10,000 Facebook people, my I don't know how 8,000 LinkedIn people, and I send it out. So you reuse it, but slowly you start to target. So it depends a little bit inside the organization, outside the organization. I would say share it as much as to outside organization, because normally you have more in common with the people outside the organization, which you do a project with, than with 95% of the people inside your organization. So don't stay too much into your own silo.
Wow, super useful information. And Vincent, thank you for helping me with my very first video. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next one on the next plane trip. Thanks.
I think you're going to be really good. Good luck.
Thanks.